Your 19 First Alert headlines.
It is 5 o'clock on Monday morning. Thanks for joining us. I'm Neha Curtis.
And I am Julian Glover. We start this morning with a rally for change exactly 1 year after the death of 4-year-old Aniya Day-Garrett.
Organizers are demanding action after the girl's mother and her boyfriend are convicted of killing the young girls.
Our Damon Maloney is live for us outside of the county administration building with what's expected to come a little bit later today. Good morning, Damon.
Good morning, Julian and Neha. One group that has been very vocal about what they consider to be systemic problems at the Cuyahoga County Children and Family Services says the agency needs to be shut down. Fathers Lives Matter says if the county office in charge of child abuse investigations and other children care issues isn't shut down, that an immediate federal takeover is needed. Joe Jones emailed Cleveland 19 saying at 4:30 this afternoon he and others from Black Lives Matter, Black Man Army, and also Black on Black Crime will be raising their voices outside the county administration office. DCFS told Cleveland 19 on Friday that Aniya Day-Garrett's death and watching her murder trial was difficult for its staff.
It takes all of us to keep the children of our community safe. There is a role for every person in this community. There are the mandated reporters, but there are the family and the neighbors, and frankly, the people that see little kids on the street. As Tammy said, if you see something, say something.
And Aniya's father, who was fighting to get custody of her at the time of her death, is holding a memorial tonight at 6 o'clock. It's going to be at the very spot that first responders tried to save the young girl 1 year ago today. More information on our website, cleveland19.com. I'm David Maloney, Cleveland 19.
The Black Man Army and Black on Black Crime. In fact, as you can see, Art McCoy is right over there. In fact, I had him set up to do a live interview with us, but as you can see, they are praying right now. This protest is here because these different groups say they want to see changes that are made to keep kids more safe. In fact, all right, here we go, Art. Yeah. So I wanted to ask you why you decided to have this protest today.
Well, actually, Fathers Lives Matter is having this protest along with all of us, but we're joining in with Fathers Lives Matter. But the fact of the matter is,
what do you hope comes out of this?
Listen, let me tell you this right now. What has to come out of this is the county and the Children Family Services and the executives, they have to be held accountable for Aniya's death and the death and the misuse of so many children. That's what we want to come out of this. Listen, we understand about bad parenting, and we hope that all parents are able to take care of their children properly without abuse and harm. But when that falls through, when that process falls through the crack of parenting, it is the damn administrative office, excuse me for cussing, but when I talk about children I get upset. It is the administrative office, starting with Armand Bootish and the Children Family Service. It is their job to catch those children as they fall through that crack and bring them back up and make them whole. That's not what's happening here, and that's why Fathers Lives Matter, the general, and all of them are here for that reason. They have demand that they want to make. I just want to open it up for you and let you know what we're doing here right now, okay?
Thank you so much, Art. We've got to send it back to the studio now. As you can hear, they're hoping that they're coming out here and they're going to be holding the county administration responsible for what happened with Aniya Day-Garrett and hopefully make changes that will stop this from happening to any other child. We're getting answers here, and we'll be out here for this protest. Denise Zarella, Cleveland 19.
All right, so I'm Joe Jones from Fathers Lives Matter. Before we get started, I'm sorry I need to make a statement real quick. 696 kids said on TV the other day they did not fail Aniya Garrett. And I'm here to tell you that they're wrong. They did fail Aniya Garrett. They made a statement that Aniya Garrett didn't say anything, and that people have to come forward and tell when they're being abused. Aniya did that not once, not twice, but 4 times. 4 different occasions, Aniya Garrett said, "Mommy did it," and Mommy also said that I fell down a pair of steps. Okay, so they're blatantly lying, and the thing that Father's Lives Matter is very offended by is we have a child that's deceased. They can't even give this child enough respect to admit that they failed. Come on now. So we have 249 child abuse cases, okay, where it failed through the cracks. Over 50 deaths, okay. Father's Lives Matter, like I said, voter groups are very offended over this, right? They need to give her the respect that she deserves, okay, in death, that they failed. It's too late to retrain these workers. Okay, the system's not broken. It's broken beyond repair. We can't fix it. There's no way. Okay, they tried retraining. They tried hiring more workers. They tried getting federal funding. We're over that. We can't do that no more. So Father's Lives Matter is now starting a petition. We have one online, and we have a paper copy as well. Okay, and we have a plan that will actually back this up. Father's Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black on Black Crime, and Black Man Army. And we the people of Cuyahoga County state the following. Cuyahoga County Department of Children and Family Services, located at 3955 Cleveland, Ohio, is being paid to investigate child abuse and neglect cases. To date, we have over 50 deceased children. Since 2017, 249 cases of abused children were left in violent and abusive homes. One of these caseworkers took a food stamp bribe to look the other way. The child was killed a short time later. The county executive, who's in charge of this building, is now under investigation from the FBI for corruption. We have tried every option to fix this agency, and every option has failed. We, the people, want this building shut down forever, and want the Department of Justice, which is part of the federal government, to take full control of this agency. All child abuse and neglect cases to be investigated by that area police department. The Aniya Day-Garrett case was the last straw. We want the Department of Children and Family Services shut down now, or more children are going to die. And here's the plan. You shut down the Department of Children and Family Services, the Department of Justice will step in, okay? We need to terminate the workers. We've had enough, okay? So we're not fixing this. We want it terminally shut down. Now, if you have emergency placements, you have Catholic charities, you have Jewish charities, you have so many different agencies that would take children that need to be placed. You can cross-train police officers if it's for child abuse and neglect and things like that. They'll have the authority to make an arrest immediately and remove the child, so we don't have any more Aniya Day-Garrett cases. The Aniya Day-Garrett case, we had a social worker when the child was sitting on top of the gurney with her nose busted open and bleeding, looked at the police officer and said, "She's fine, send her back to her home." We can't have that, man. If they would have took Aniya Day-Garrett that day, we would not be standing here right now in front of these cameras. Right. Aniya Day-Garrett would be with her father. You know, in the court systems, we're supposed to be doing what's in the best interest of the children. We haven't done that in decades. Okay, we're going along custody cases, on male versus female, or rich or poor. You can't do that. That's how people are dying. Also, we are now declaring a child abuse crisis in Cuyahoga County. This is a crisis. Okay, we have to have the Department of Justice step in now. You can't wait years, weeks, months, or even days. Something has to happen, and it has to happen now. Don't think for 1 second we're not going to have more Aniya Day-Garretts, because we are. That's the way that the system is. All that stuff that they told the news media a couple days ago, everybody standing out here is not only appalled, but they're very offended, because everybody out here knows the truth. And the truth was, they had several options to save Aniya Day-Garrett, and they failed every single time. We can't do this no more. When we stop looking at male and female custody cases and start looking at what is in the best interest of the children, you will see child deaths severely decrease. The court system hasn't done this in a long time. They're counting on 696 kids on their investigations in the Department of Children and Family Services under deciding these cases. Now, we have social workers walking in these homes and are deciding to not remove a child because of a dad or other reasons. That's how children are dying now. It's not going to stop. So we need to take a stand. We want Department of Children's Services shut down completely. And to be honest with you, we're not going to stop here. As we know, Michael Garrett, he's not going to stop fighting for his kids. Neither is any person out here. The children are our future. And we're going to fight and fight and fight until that building is completely closed. We don't want it fixed. We don't want it rehired. We don't want funding. We want the whole building boarded up and we want all the workers terminated immediately. This is unacceptable. We've had enough.
Will you say your name and spell it for me?
Joe Jones, J-O-E-J-O-N-E-S.
And what's your title with Father's Lives Matter?
I am the founder of Father's Lives Matter. And this is my partner right here, and I'll let them introduce herself to you.
Angela Davis, Black Lives Matter, Cleveland. I'm sick and tired. I'm being sick and tired. I'm tired of having to come down here to defend a baby's death. These people are in total again, I'm again asking that each and every one of these people receive a lie detector test. We need to sweep this county corruption clean of everybody who is involved in any kind of way. Armand Budish, if I have to come to your house again and protest, I will. If I have to come to this building again, I will. If I have to go to City Hall and protest, I will. I will not stop until everybody that is involved in this corruption and this small-minded thinking that they have is gone.
We won't stop.
My name is Donna Walker Brown, and until the Department of Justice comes and shut the building down, I am requesting that Cindy Weiskettle, who is the head of Children and Family Services down there at Jane Edna, I'm requesting that she step down, because right now, you know, you can't start at the bottom. If you want to correct something, you got to start at the top and work your way down. Now, they done fired the social worker, but what about the head? The one who was over her? Because according to their system of what they use, their plan, the seasoned and the higher ups are over the foot soldiers. I want Cindy Weiskettle to resign. We've asked Armand Budish to fire Cindy, and he hasn't came back with anything. Children are steady dying. Children are steady being abused. About 2 weeks ago, we just fought for this lady's baby here. We was down at Child and Family Services, her grandbaby, and the mother, they wasn't getting any type of attention until we came out. And all of a sudden now they're giving her more visitation, but the bottom of the line, she needs her grandbaby to be at home with her in a safe environment with a sound person. So I'm asking that we get rid of Cindy Weiskettle. She needs to resign. I'm sure they can find something else for her to do in the county, but right now, being at Jane Edna, she's doing a poor job. She's not only failed Aniya, she's failed this entire county. When we lose one, it's just like we've lost them all. So I'm asking that Cindy Weiskettle resign. Armand, if you want to, you can fire her. But at this point, it's time that we get rid of her, because we need a facility that actually is going to answer the cry of the children when they come. Aniya was 4. And for a 4-year-old to have almost 14 complaints and no one remove her out of the house, that lets you know that this system is lost. Broken. It's not broke. It's lost. Broken. It's not, and it's not fixable. We need a new head. And it starts at the head. You've gotten rid of the social worker, the immediate danger. Now we need to go ahead and get rid of Cindy Weiskettle. They got screening committees that they got community people on. When they did their advisory board, they didn't stop and ask any activists to sit on this advisory board. They didn't even make it publicized that they was having an advisory board. So like I said, I'm starting with Cindy Weiskettle. That's what we need to get rid of next. And if we plan on fixing it before the Department of Justice comes, let's get rid of her. No justice! No peace! No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
No peace!
No peace! No justice!
No peace!
No justice!
here. We're going to continue to march. Yeah. We're going to continue to march. Yeah. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. What's the phone? You got it? Take it for a while.
Fix this broken system.
Yeah, fix this broken. I like that. Justice for Aniya. 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 No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. No justice. No peace. Justice for Aniya Day-Garrett. Justice for Aniya. Justice for Aniya. Justice for Aniya. Justice for Aniya. Today is the day of the death of Aniya Day-Garrett because the Department of Children and Family Services has failed her. Black Lives Matter, Mothers Lives Matter, and black on black crime. We're not tolerating any more deaths. No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No peace! No justice! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! No justice! No justice! No justice! No peace! No justice! No peace! No peace!
Because they're in weather.
Aniya Day-Garrett has a voice. It's not silence. It will never be silenced. Justice for Aniya. 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 You will never silence Aniya Day-Garrett. Ever. Department of Children and Family Services had 4 chances to save Aniya Day-Garrett. 4 different occasions. She said, Mommy did it. And guess what? They sent Aniya Day-Garrett back home to her abuser, where she was killed and starved. Her blood is on 6 19-students' hands. We have 249 failed kids in Cuyahoga County with over 50 deaths because the Department of Children and Family Services failed to do their job. As a matter of fact, we had an investigation on Aniya Day-Garrett, and they were ordered to take black-blooded workers and knock out what they found that the workers did not do. No justice! No peace! 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 Join hands, everybody! No justice!
Let's say this. All of you out there do what's right and help the people out there who are in need. They do. I know. Hey there.
Listen!
Hey there.
Listen! We are under the leadership of Father Lives Matter and Zero Wrong. We come in peace and we intend to leave in peace. We all come together and we all intend to leave together. But the urgency of the matter of children and family service being broken.
I'm Denise Sorella standing outside the Cuyahoga County Administration Building. As you can see, there are protesters gathered here demanding that the county shut down the Department of Children and Family Services, and that the people that work there are held accountable for the death of Aniya Day-Garrett.
Are we afraid to stand up for our children? No! Are we afraid to stand up for our children? No! Are we afraid to block traffic for our children? No! Are we afraid of armed students? No! Are we afraid? No! Will we stand up for our children? Yes! Will we stand up for our children? Yes!
Fired up at the end of his interview.
Overnight, we're here for Aniya Day-Garrett, who was filmed by the Department of Children and Family Services. This child was beat and starved, laid in a bed to die a slow and painful death. That's exactly what the prosecutor said. However, this child told the Department of Children and Family Services not once, not twice, not 3 times, but lo and behold, 4 different times, 4 different occasions, that when mommy does it and she was sent back to her abuser each and every single time. This child should be alive today, standing among us. That's right. But the Department of Children and Family Services has failed her. They also failed 50 more children. As a matter of fact, one of those children, the worker walked into the parallel home and told her abuser, "Give me half of your food stamps and we will look the other way." That child was buried in the yard like an animal months later. The Department of Children and Family Services needs to be shut down permanently. It cannot be fixed, it cannot be repaired, and we don't want it fixed. We want the Department of Justice to come down, shut it down, and come up with a better option. The children are our future. These people have done everything they can to cover up their shortcomings, including taking black magic markers, marking out Aniya Day-Garrett's investigation when she was beaten and starved to death, because they didn't want you, the community, to know how bad they screw up.
I would like to. What do you think?
No justice!
Yeah, for sure.
No peace! No justice! No peace!
No peace! No peace! No peace! No peace! As no peace! President of Black on Black Crime Incorporated, one of the main reasons that we came out today is definitely for the children. It does not matter.
Can I do a quick live interview with you in a few seconds? What was your full name again? Is it
Joe Jones? Seems to me
I thought it was
that we have to do the job that Armand Budish has refused to do. As a matter of fact, since Father's Lives Matter touched on it, one of the main reasons why we came out here
30 or 40
is imagine if you all came to ask me about what I was doing as president of Black on Black Crime Incorporated. If you all asked me about finances and I gave you this type of report back, it's like a redacted. Everything redacted. It shows that I don't care about the media finding out the truth. It shows that I'm taking a magic marker and writing out the facts so that you don't find out. When there was an election the past year, it was stated by Armand Budish that if there was any type of information needed, you could get it. Well, when people asked for the information that they received was pages after pages after pages of information where everything was marked out, marked over, done through. So right now, we're demanding for the facts and the truth to be revealed. And since they can't give the truth, we are hereby demanding, along with Father's Lives Matter and other groups, that until you can give us the facts, the Department of Justice needs to come in and get the facts. No justice, no peace. 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 No justice, no peace.
Yeah, it's kind of loud here, so it's hard for me to hear what you just said, but we're live outside the Cuyahoga County Administrative Building here. I have beside me Joe Jones, who helped organize this protest today, and you've been very outspoken about your feelings about what happened to Aniya Day-Garrett. What do you want to see happen here?
I want to see the Department of Children and Family Services completely shut down. I want to see the Department of Justice step in and take it over. And there's other options that we can do besides social workers. I mean, police officers can walk in and say we have water, gas, electric, food, we're good. And police officers are going to have more authority than social workers. They can actually make an arrest, instead of waiting months later to give the abuser more time to hurt the child. This is what happened in the Aniya Day-Garrett case. 4 different occasions, she was sent back home, even after the Department of Children and Family Services knew that she was a victim of child abuse and neglect. You can't have that. At least if we have police involved investigating these, they can make an arrest as soon as possible. They can remove a child as soon as possible. We need to have an emergency removal law, and that's why we need to have this building shut down. We can't fix it. It's beyond repair. So if you have an emergency removal law, meaning you have an officer walk in, yeah, your child has bruises, we're going to pull the child, we're going to arrest you until we can sort this thing out. It stops the children from dying. The way that the system is now, a worker will go in and see bruises and allow the child to stay there for weeks until they can sort it out. By then, you end up with people like Day and Aniya Garrett. We can't do that no more.
So this protest goes on, and we are staying here. We're going to bring you more. There's also a memorial that's coming up today for Aniya at 6. Exactly. So this goes on today, and they're vowing they're not going to rest until changes are made so that what happened to Aniya doesn't happen to any other child. We're getting answers here at the Cuyahoga County Administration Building. Denise Zarella, Cleveland 19. Thank you. Thank you.
Justice for? Release the facts!
Right now!
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 Tell the truth!
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 Right now!
Shut it what?
Shut it down!
Shut it what?
Shut it down!
Shut it what?
Shut it down!
Shut justice, no peace. No 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 justice for Aniya. 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 No justice, no peace. 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 All right. Justice, no peace. No justice, no peace. All right. I have permission from South Black Matter and the General that we will leave at this particular time. But they have promised that we will be back. We will be back with our full troop. We will be back with hundreds of people up until the day that Aniya's trial, the sentencing of the family of Aniya. Because we know one thing, is that we understand that there was a crack in the family, but that crack in the family was supposed to be picked up by this big, gigantic organization called Children and Family Services.
That's right.
That's right. That's what it's about. They dropped the ball. But at this